Okay, so after distributing your distributions from Feb to June, you have to look at working 7, which talks about administrative expenses of 264,000 kwacha. I expect it to be incurred in total and are spread out as follows: 10% in January, 20% in Feb, and the remainder incurred evenly over the remaining months. So what you're going to do is you're just going to find 10% of 264 and 20% of 264. Then, okay, let me just do this. Okay, so you're going to find 10% of 264, which is about 26.4. And then you're also going to find 20% of 264, which is just 52.8. Now, after adding the two, which is 26.4 and 52.8, which is roughly 79.2, you can now subtract from 264, and then when you subtract the answers that you're going to find, you divide it by 4. So when you divide that answer by 4, you find out that in the last 4 months, that is from March to June, you're going to be paying this much. Okay, you're going to be paying this much as your admin expenses. That's what the question was trying to say there. So this is what is going to happen. So in January, Feb, March, April, May, and June, the first month you're going to write 26.4, second month 52.8, then 46.2, 46.2, 46.2, and 46.2. Yeah. And then lastly, you're also going to look at the marketing expenses of 20,000 per month I expect to be paid in January and June. That is 2014. So meaning that you're going to make payments in January, which is, since they've said every month, right? So January to June, that's 6 months. So 6 months times 20 will be 120. So in January, you're going to pay 60, and then in June you're going to pay 60. So meaning that here you're going to put 60, and then here 60. Then you can now find your totals for all the expenses that we've incurred so far. I'm going to take a picture of all the expenses that we incurred. And then after making the expenses, you can subtract from the sales revenue that you had to find your net receipt. Then you can find your net receipts. Okay. But that will be done in your cash budget. So let's say after you've made all your workings, and then your cash budget should look like this. Yeah, I didn't include the totals, but here's another trick. This total here, after you've done everything, this total here, when you add it to 50, okay, it will give you the closing balance, which is this guy here, which should be your balancing figure. So after adding this one, that one, and that one, the amount that should be here should be this. If it doesn't give you 2879, then just know that your calculations were wrong. So that this is just a rough work of how to calculate the cash budget and how to interpret the cash budget.